he was building on Lynn Road, gunned down by someone hiding in a cornfield across the road. Police last night found several shell casings, reportedly 5.30 caliber casings. But investigators wouldn't even confirm that today, let alone speculate on a motive or who might have done it.
We certainly aren't going to give out any information until we've completed the leads that result as a result of collecting that evidence.
Would you characterize this as a gangland hit?
I'm not in the business of characterizing. I think that this is a homicide investigation, and that's the way it's being conducted.
Any comment on how the investigation's going?
As well as can be expected.
We're told this was to have been the 57-year-old Naples retirement home. It's being built on the former Cedar Brook Lake picnic grounds. And some neighbors say Naples had recently purchased the cornfield where his assassin hid.
There's an obvious path I don't believe any of us made last night. And
today, Beaver Township Police and FBI agents were back at the scenes. They even called in a helicopter for a bird's eye look, trying to find more evidence. But if they found anything, they're not saying. Most neighbors refused on-camera interviews today, though these boys say what happened last night troubled their dreams.
The house thought that the killer was going to come and get us, but...
Linda Carrera moved next door to Naples property 4 months ago. She wasn't home last night, but says living next to a reputed mob figure never bothered her.
I felt more protected than I did nervous.
After what happened last night, how do you feel?
The same.
Dick Skelton, 21 Action News.
The Naples family is as mysterious as last night's homicide. 21's Lauren Schultz takes us back in time with the Naples family and its checkered past.
First of all, hardly anyone would talk to me about the Naples family. Retired FBI agents would not talk. Youngstown's police chief would not say a word. All say they are protecting the current FBI investigation into the Joey Naples killing. The Naples history began at least 30 years ago in the Mahoning Valley. In 1960, Joseph Sandy Naples, Joey's brother, was the first family member to be gunned down. The reputed rackets kingpin was killed on his fiancee's front porch. Then this headline on July 2nd, 1962. Another brother, Billy, dies in an explosion by simply turning the ignition of his so-called death car. And now there's Joey.
I think it's in the Old Testament where it says, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. And a assassination like that is unfortunate even of a person of his repute. But, you know, one casts their lot in life, and that's what they have to live with and have to die with it.
The brothers, including Joey, have spent their time in court and in jail. But is it time now for the Naples family power to vanish?
Will there be somebody to fill a vacuum? Yes, there always is. Anytime
Lauren
there's a
Schultz,
vacuum,
21 Action News.
Route 11 isn't far from Lynn Road, and the killer could have had a car waiting there for his escape. Tire marks and any eyewitness accounts of cars in the area could aid in finding the killer. But officials said they would not reveal what they'd found so far. Since the FBI doesn't normally get involved in the murders of everyday citizens, we ask if this may have been mob-related.
I'm not in the business of characterizing. I think that...
By himself. And why was he driving a car with California plates?
Well, you know, the car that was here was the car that he arrived in. It's true he was alone.
And when word got out that Naples was building a home in Beaver Township, the police chief drove by to check it out.
Certainly. That's all I basically...
Did you pay him a visit?
No, ma'am.
There are a lot of unanswered questions concerning the murder of Mr. Joey Naples.
Isn't saying much about the progress of the case.
I can't divulge that information at this time.
Any comment on how the investigation's going?
As well as can be expected.
Naples had long notorious hitting Naples twice. The bullets passed completely through his chest and back. After searching the field Tuesday, police returned to the home again last night, presumably to look for those stray bullets.
Approximately 6 o'clock, we did return. We used metal detectors, and we were able to collect additional evidence, which I cannot divulge at this time.
The chief tells us the investigation by his department and the FBI is moving forward, hoping something will break and lead to the killer. And while the police and FBI investigation continues for decades, Jerry Richard...
Township police and the FBI have been working round the clock to try to solve the case.
We returned to the scene with metal detectors, again searching for evidence, which time we did find additional evidence which was collected. That will be added to all of our evidence, which is being sent to the FBI lab.
The chief won't say exactly what the new evidence is, only that it's another piece of the puzzle. And he says everything at this point is significant. One question many are asking is why Joey Naples was alone without his bodyguards Monday night. But the FBI says it wasn't the first time.
It's unusual that he'd be alone, but yet he was alone that evening.
Figure was shot down in the driveway of a new home he was having built on Lynn Road in Beaver Township. Agents did say the assailant fired from across the street and are probing a possible escape route.
We know the assailant was in the cornfield. Did he exit the cornfield? From some point, he had to exit the cornfield. The exact location, I'm not going to give you that either.
The chief did say additional information was discovered after returning to the scene. FBI agents still won't release the name of the owner of a car parked near Naples' body, but say the vehicle has not been returned. Agents say other motives are being pursued beside those involving organized crime.
We're pursuing
learn when someone might be a danger on the road.
The drinks are on the house today at this table at Smaldino's restaurant in Beaver Township. These 4 volunteers agreed to get drunk to help officers from 6 Mahoning County police departments learn how alcohol affects people differently.
To have the officers be aware of when you have 1 drink, 2 drinks, and so forth, what to expect on the subject when you arrest him. It gives them a better idea of what's going on in the brain.
The volunteers, 2 Beaver Township police officers, a Mahoning County probation officer and drug counselor, were asked to drink what they normally would have during a night out. The 4 volunteers taking part in today's experiment not only helped officers learn about the effects of alcohol, but they also learned a few things about themselves.
Well, after 2 shots, there was an effect, and as far as the attention span goes, when he was talking about how your attention span is and what you're comprehending, I noticed everyone at our table is the only ones that are talking right now. We're all kind of giggling, and I don't think we're paying much attention.
Allegedly used to end the life of a Valley woman. 21's Jesse Graves has that story.
A 26-year-old Youngstown woman is dead, and her boyfriend is in police custody. The victim's body was found in this North Lima home around 9:30 Sunday morning.
We have a white female, name unknown at this time. I would say she's approximately mid to late 20s. Was found in the residence, apparent gunshot wound to the chest.
The victim's been identified as Aaron Livermore of Carlisle Avenue, who reportedly came to the Market Street home of her boyfriend's grandparents sometime last night. The grandparents are out of town.
We're just in the beginning of the investigation, and it's sketchy at this time, but like I said, we do have a suspect in custody and a deceased female.
At this hour, 25-year-old David Nyling is charged with murder and held in the Mahoning County Jail. The suspect was arrested this morning by Youngstown police at his parents' home on Normandy Drive. At that time, he reportedly was in an extremely agitated state, carrying a shotgun and threatening to do bodily harm. After his arrest, he was taken to Southside Hospital and released to the county jail once calmed down. Beaver Township police are still putting together the pieces.
Possibly alcohol. I'm not going to elaborate on drugs at this time.
Beaver Township police say additional charges may be filed later pending a ruling from the coroner's office. In Beaver Township, Jesse Graves, 21 Action News.
And the police chief told us just before news time that the couple had been arguing. Apparently, she wanted to break up with him. And the chief says needless.
A 26-year-old Youngstown woman is
in our neighborhood, and she updates us, you know, when anything is going on.
Police say Livermore was here with her 24-year-old boyfriend, David Neidlinger of Youngstown.